Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. As you can probably tell, I'm not in my usual place, my usual situation at my desk. Instead, I'm just about to go out for a run. I am in my second week of the August challenges. They're going pretty well so far, though I have to say my legs are just like permanently achy, but I'm hoping that's just me getting used to how much running is going on. It's not a huge amount more than usual, but with pushing the elevation as well for my elevation challenge, it's a little bit more difficult than I previously expected. But yeah, we're just heading out for a run now, and I just thought I'd go through some tips for running in the heat because it is hot today. We're only doing 8k today, but hence taking the water. I'm wearing lots of sun cream. I will be putting on some sunglasses. Ooh. Sunglasses as well in a second, and a hat because gotta protect yourself when you're running in this. But yeah, I'm gonna do some tips as we go along and hopefully show you some of the beautiful views as well, because it is a beautiful day for running. On a scale of 1 to boiling, what would you say the temperature is?
9 point boiling.
9 point boiling, yeah. We're just saying it's too hot to even stand still, let alone run. There's a bit of a breeze, so it's not awful. It's actually not as hot as it is in most other parts of the country, so we're actually pretty pleased about that. We're doing a normal route that we often do. We're doing it in reverse just to mix it up a little bit and give ourselves some time to warm up, because usually there'd be a massive hill within like 300 meters from the start, which I could do without right now. My first tip for running in the heat is to not expect any PBs. Your body does adapt to training in the heat, but it can take 1 to 2 weeks of training regularly during that time. And of course in the UK, as with a lot of other places, you get a lot of variable weather, so it might be really hot one day and then kind of cold the next day, so you don't actually adapt as quickly as you could. When you're running in the heat, your body has to work a lot harder to cool down, so you should take it easy and don't expect your body to be able to do what it can do when it's a lot cooler. So bear in mind that for endurance running, the optimal temperature is around 10 degrees centigrade. So when you're doing long distance runs in 25, 30, 35 degrees, your body has to work extra specially hard to maintain homeostasis, so like a steady internal temperature, which it has to do for your internal organs to keep working properly. And anything above that will cause damage to your internal organs, and that's what heat stroke is. So your body has to work a lot harder, so you've got to take it a little bit easier to give your body time to do that. Tip number 2 for running in the heat, potentially avoid it. Sounds like a silly one, but on hot days or hot weeks, if you can choose to run early in the morning rather than in the middle of the day like we are, then you can avoid the hottest parts of the day and get in a better run than you would be able to otherwise. This is generally advisable for like all exercising, not just running. If you can avoid the hottest part of the day, then puts the body under less stress, makes it a little bit easier for you to get your run. And also, like on really sunny days, there's kind of nothing nicer than getting out early in the morning when it's still cool but it's beautiful and blue, and just getting your run done, and then you can kind of chill for the rest of the day. I wish I could do that more. I'm not really a morning runner, but I'm going to try and do that a little bit more when it gets hotter. My next tip, third tip for running in the heat, to make sure you're prepared. That means sun cream, that means wearing loose or light clothing, especially if you're going to be out for a long time. Waterproof sun cream at that, because you'll sweat it off pretty quickly. And make sure you're hydrated before leaving. That means the night before, if you're going on a long run, obviously you don't want to be necking 2 liters of water right before you head out. But if you can remain hydrated for the full 24 hours beforehand, then you should be good on your run. And also, as I'm doing now, if you're heading out on a long run, especially something of an hour or more, take water with you if you can. Having a hydration vest like this makes it super easy. It means you can carry other stuff in there as well. That means that if something takes a little bit longer than you expected, you're not having to dehydrate while you're out, because that can lead to heat exhaustion and eventually heat stroke. The way you figure out if you've got heat exhaustion basically is that you start to feel dizzy, dehydrated, extremely fatigued. You might start cramping up in your muscles. Eventually you start getting a little bit confused, and once you start to get severe confusion, that's kind of heat stroke. So obviously you want to avoid those things if possible, because that can cause a little bit more permanent damage. Heat exhaustion should just be avoided because it's not very good for you, but can lead to much worse things. So, and it's kind of easy to avoid if you're prepared. So prepare well. We're on 4 now, I think. Don't forget humidity and wind speed. The higher the humidity, the harder it is for your sweat to evaporate. And obviously your sweat's one of the main ways of cooling down. And if there's a lot of humidity around, the sweat will just sit on your skin and it won't cool you down so quickly. So even if it's a bit cooler, but like 90% humidity, you will really struggle to cool down. Likewise, in the opposite way with wind, one of the ways your body cools down is by vasodilating, so opening blood vessels near to the skin and sending blood that way. And then it can basically cool down by convection and conduction from the surface of your skin. If there's no wind, then that will happen slower. If there's a lot of wind, then that will happen a lot quicker. So we're very happy to have found a breeze because it's extremely hot. Such a horrible hill and impossible to get the right footing on it, but we're doing it very slowly. My last tip, of course, is to just try and enjoy it. They're nice days for a reason. Nice day for running, nice day for a cold beer afterwards, nice day because you're out running and you're able to do that. So take it easy. Don't worry if you're not going as fast as you like to go, or if you can't quite get the distance in. Stop if you feel you have to. Walk the rest of the way back. Time on feet is still good, even if that's just walking. And, you know, try and enjoy the views. They're certainly not bad here. It for today. Can you tell that I'm a little bit done? I sweat so much, but here's a fun fact for you. The more training you do, the more you will sweat because your body becomes better adapted at cooling down, which is what I have to tell myself every time I feel like this. I don't know if you can see, but there is a good amount of sweat there. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this useful. Hope it inspires you to get out and get running in this heat or wherever you are, especially if you have any races or like time trials or ultras coming up. I know there are lots of challenges going on at the moment, including this one. I am now just over 50 kilometers into this challenge, so just under halfway there. So that's actually not bad. I'm pretty happy with that. Still got my long run to do this week, which will take me up to nearly halfway, hopefully. Fingers crossed. So at the end of this week, I will be halfway through the challenges that I'm doing. I'd love to hear your progress as well, if you're doing any of them. I literally can't believe how hot I am. Sorry, I hope you don't mind. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe button if you did enjoy this. Let me know about how your challenges are going. Come over and find me over on Instagram at foodfitnessflora, and I will see you next time. Thanks again. Bye.